conversation that makes sense.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I'm really tired, so I know there are certain things that I need to tell you guys that we'll get to as these days progress.
Yep.
But in all honesty, if it doesn't stand out to me now,
Today?
it probably wasn't relevant.
What about that 9 o'clock thing you were telling me on Monday?
Oh, that he told me? Oh yeah, well we'll get there. We'll get there. We're still on Sunday.
So we're on Sunday.
We're
gonna get to- we're gonna get to-
This is gonna be a long.
We're gonna get there to Monday. We're getting there. So.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day or evening or night, whatever it may be for you. And the audio you just listened to, that was Nicole Kessinger and her dad, Dwayne. She went to go do an interview with Kevin Kobach on August 16th, and she did take her dad along for the ride. And you hear her father clearly saying, what about that 9 o'clock thing you told me about on Monday? And for me, it sounds like the mistress gets a little uncomfortable that her dad brought that up, and she kind of just dismisses it altogether and says, oh, we'll get to that, we'll get to that. And then she kind of like chuckles, and then Kobach jumps in and was like, yeah, we'll get to that. We're still on Sunday. And they all just laugh about it. Wow, they never go back to find out what in fact her dad was talking about. So he never said what it was that Nicole told him that happened on Monday at 9 a.m. But I think we figured it out. So like I just said, the 9 o'clock event Dwayne brings up, they never go back to talk about. And when you listen to Chris Watts' interviews and you look in the Discovery, there's no mention of anything about something important that happened at 9 on Monday. So you're left to wonder, okay, what was this event even about? What was he talking about? Well, when I did my last live, one of my subs commented, and what they said just completely threw a light bulb off in my head. I was like, oh my God, this is it. This is exactly what I think Nicole told her dad about 9, something happening at 9 on Monday. So on September 4th, the mistress went to the CBI headquarters and she met up with Agent Kobach. This is where she met and was introduced to Detective Baumhover. And this is where they let her know that Agent Kobach would no longer be her point of contact, and it is now going to be Detective Baumhover. I think it's interesting that the lead detective in the case didn't meet the mistress until September 4th. And the only one who was dealing with her was Agent Kobach. Also, it's interesting that she didn't even hand her phone physically over until September 4th. While she was at the headquarters, she handed over, typed up notes that she thought were important and things that she has forgotten. And in these reports for Monday, August 13th, she says this was done on the phone between her and Chris. So this was a conversation between them two. And this is what she says. Chris says his home camera shows him leaving for work at 5:15 like usual that morning. Chris tells me that his home alarm system notified him that at 9:10 his garage door opened, but that he never received a notification on his phone that it closed again. I asked him if his garage was open when he got home from work that day, and he said no. I asked Chris if he thought that Shanann left out that garage at 9:10 that morning. He suggested that she either left out the garage door or the back door because there is no footage of her leaving his front door camera. Now, I believe, and my sub that brought this to my attention, we believe that this is exactly what Dwayne was talking about when he mentioned, what was that 9 o'clock thing you said happened on Monday? And she dismissed it. This is exactly what he was talking about. Now, some people are going to say, well, maybe Chris was lying to her and he told her this. And I give you that. Okay, let's go down that road. Well, here's the thing. In her park interview, when everybody thinks Shanann just is still missing at this time, that maybe she possibly just went off, she was upset with Chris, she took off with the kids, okay? You would think in this interview, she would tell them about this, because you would think this would be good information to pass along. That, hey, he told me at 9:10 that, his garage opened, so she probably left out of there. Did she bring it up? No. Fine, maybe she was tired. Second interview, which you guys just heard, Dwayne, her dad, brings it up and says, what about that 9 o'clock information that he said on Monday? She doesn't want to talk about it. She clearly just says, we'll get to there, and they never do. This would be the time that you would think she would be like, oh yeah, you know what, Agent Kobach? He told me that at 9:10 his garage was open. But she doesn't bring it up. It's in a way where she just doesn't want to talk about it for some reason. And if you have nothing to hide, Chris really did tell you this, why not just talk about it? Did she talk about it in her third interview with Kobach? No. Fourth phone call? No. Did she ever bring it up to him? With all the long phone calls they had and all the information she brings up about what she thinks is important with Thrive and, all of this nonsense, she never brings up this 9:10 garage. She doesn't hand it over until September 4th. Now, this is my opinion. I don't believe Chris ever told her, hey, I think Shanann went out through the garage door at 9:10. I think if they had a conversation about this, it was more like, hey, did you go out the garage door? Because I got an alert at 9:10. Another reason why I don't believe Chris told her that it was possibly Shanann was because if he wanted people to believe that she went out through the garage door, why didn't he bring this information up to anybody? He didn't bring it up once to Tammy when he did the poly. He didn't bring it up to Coder. He didn't bring it up to any of the officers that were on the scene. He did bring up the basement door open and about the 527 garage door being open, but nothing about a 9:10. So because of that, I do think it's interesting that if Chris did tell anybody about this alert, it was only to the mistress. So that's going to wrap up the video. I'm really interested to know what you guys think. So please take the time to comment below. Do you guys think that this 9:10 garage door is exactly what Dwayne was talking about? And if so, why wouldn't she want to talk to them about it? Why would she keep this information? And as always, I hope you guys take the time to like this video and share it. It is a free way just to show your love and appreciation for me and the channel, and it does help it grow. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys all soon. Bye.